Reading Acts chapter 1 again, it's amazing to see how Jesus ascended after 40 days. You can let's read John to read about Jesus' ascension. You start in John chapter 20. It was the first day of the week. Mary Magdalene came the first day of the week. That would be on a Sunday. It's not a Monday. We call it a Monday, but it was to Jews. It was Sunday was the first day of the week, and she sees the tombs empty, and Jesus appears to her. In verse 15 of chapter 20, you look at verse 19. It says the same day at evening, being the first day of the week. He's he talks with them a little bit more, and then you get to verse 26 of chapter 20, and it says, after 8 days, Thomas saw him. Well, now we're at 8 days after the resurrection. So there's only 8 days. You ever go to chapter 21, Jesus shows himself again to the disciples at the sea. So, yeah, you're just after 8 days, but, he's just showed himself again. And then you just read the rest of the chapter. And yeah, it doesn't really say anything else. He just showed himself a few other times. That first time, and then after 8 days, he has this conversation with Peter about feeding the sheep towards the end of chapter 21. And then nothing really else. So how people get anything more than what Acts, the very next book after John tells us, showed himself being seen of them 40 days. John tells us the first day of the week, and then after 8 days, then a little bit more. Nothing more than that. Acts expands on it and says you just saw him for 40 days. So 40 days from the resurrection to the ascension was 40 days. I'm going to cover all the Gospels.